This video is on Amber Derry. Natalie reminded me a lot of Amber, and some very big differences though. Amber wasn't an alcoholic or a heroin addict. So far as I know, she didn't come from a family of drug addicts or child abusers. My little brother Michael, his biggest crush in high school was Amber Derry. With all of the scandalous hoes in Chapel, Nebraska, Amber was like Amber was a fucking saint. I never really got to know her. She was actually the only woman my entire life I ever thought was attractive with braces on. But it was her personality. I never had a crush on Amber the way I did her sister Alyssa. And although Alyssa wasn't the nicest, she was highly intelligent. She was also one of those people that had a mean streak. Alyssa, I mean, not Amber. I literally can't think of a single bad thing to say about Amber Derry. Now, why do I bring this up? Because it's tough to stay strong. It's tough to stay strong for yourself. It's tough to stay strong for others. I had a lot of people I knew that dated police officers. Most of them were beaten by their police officers. Most of them were abused by those police officers, their spouses, husbands, boyfriends that were police officers. And they couldn't go to the police. It's tough because you're not dealing with people of great moral standing when you're dealing with police officers. You're dealing with a gang like the KKK or the Aryan Brotherhood or the Crips or the Bloods, the Sureños. I mean, you're dealing with organized criminals. So where does Amber Derry tie into all of this? She's beautiful inside and out. My little brother, he had a crush on her, and I always encouraged him to be honest about it. If you like a woman, be honest. Of course, he went the other route. He always did the same thing as Drake Chambers: drugs, or alcohol, or bullying them if they wouldn't reciprocate how he felt. And my little brother didn't feel here in his heart. He felt with his genitalia. And there are probably 30 women between Facebook and YouTube that have stories about my little brother that I could tell. When I think about Amber, I hope I hope she doesn't have any stories like that about Michael. I always hope that she has a good life and she has wonderful people around her. I never wish anybody a good husband or a good wife because some people just aren't into that. I'm not interested in that. I know a lot of people that are not interested in that are genuinely good people. And I used to say I had a crush on every girl that was ever nice to me. Kind of, I guess. I mean, it's not entirely true. I never had a crush on Kim Jepsen. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was wonderful. I thought she was kind. But Amber, Amber is a different character altogether. When people were cruel to me, Amber wasn't. When people were judgmental assholes, Amber wasn't. When I needed a friend, Amber was not there. But that's not her fault. That was my decision. And I say that because any time that Amber saw me, she'd talk to me like I was a person. She didn't ignore me, but she also didn't treat me like I owed her anything. She didn't treat me like she was better than me, like her older sister did. The reason that she reminds me of Natalie is because Natalie was good to me despite what her family thought of me. But also, Alyssa didn't make Amber's decisions the same as Rose didn't make Natalie's decisions. At the same time, Amber and Alyssa are not the same person. Rose and Natalie are not the same person. And these are two different families entirely. I mean, Amber comes from a good family. Her and Alyssa both. Natalie didn't. Natalie had opportunities that I never did. She had help where it mattered and when it mattered. Nobody bothered to even try to understand the help that I needed until after Natalie was dead. With the exception of Natalie. If Amber wanted to be my friend and she made an effort to be my friend, I don't believe that her family would treat her like shit for it. I mean, hell, Kevin Derry, he, uh, he realized I wasn't going to be able to get a job in chapel, and he took an entire day out of his life, and we went to all of the surrounding cities in Nebraska and filled out job applications. That's what Amber's dad did for me. Now, we all got people in our family that we're not proud of. I'm not proud of my little brother. My older brother, I have moments with Eric. or Rabbit as they call him in Boulder. There are moments where I am proud of him. But my little brother Michael is a predator. With the Derry family, their black sheep was Kelly. Amber understands the hardships of losing someone you love and not knowing what happened to them. And when she lost her grandma, she could have used that as an excuse for being cruel and mean and self-centered, and she never did. Not once. Amber's family was far more accepting of her speaking to me than Natalie's family was. If Natalie's mom had gotten to know me, gotten to realize what kind of a person I really am, instead of treating Natalie like shit, things could have ended up a lot differently. Amber didn't have to be afraid of her family treating her like shit for talking to me. Natalie did. Despite the adversity that Natalie went through and the hell that she went through, when I needed a friend, she was there for me. Not 6 months down the road or a year down the road. And when we stopped being friends, it was over something that she understood. And that's the toughest part. She could have just been honest with her mom instead of being afraid of her mom's opinion. I'm stronger than that. I don't have a good family like Amber does. I have a wicked, evil family like Amber, or like Natalie does, like a lot of people do. It's the drugs. They get into it, and it's more important than their families. And then there's people like Rose who, being right is, or feeling like she's right, is more important than actually knowing the truth. It's more important to her than actually being right. There's a lot of other people who are dealing with that very same adversity that Natalie was, like Jackie McKenzie and Randy Linden, whose mom absolutely loves him. His dad's not the greatest. To go back to Chapel, Nebraska and have people threaten my life and threaten the lives of people who are friends with me